Hi guys, Christina here, and I am bringing you two different process videos today for the SpiegelMom Scraps Blog Hop. And I am just loving being a guest designer, so this is perfect to be able to show you two different projects. And this one is working with these tags that I found in the dollar bins at Target. And so I have taken some of the cut files that I designed for the SpiegelMom Scraps Blog Hop, so they are free to you. Make sure you use them. There's a contest associated with that. And I put the cards, you saw a picture earlier, I put the cards right on my silhouette mat and cut the shapes out of the bottom of the tags. And then I went ahead and backed those tags on that pink fun foam and put my little shaker pocket of sequins on the inside, and then I'm just gluing a piece of white cardstock along the back. So there you see I've taken that tag just from the dollar bins at Target, cut my cut file out of it, backed it with a little sequin pocket that is one of those little Project Life folders you've seen me use before. And I've created a set of 3 different tags. So I used that sand bucket, the sun, and the seahorse on 3 different tags. And the sequin packs that I used this time were Amy Sprinkles and Sunny Smiles. So you can check those out in the SpiegelMom Scraps store. And I am working primarily with the Elle Studio, the newer collection. It's called Sunny Days. And so I've pulled this amazing pattern paper that has the different text phrases on it, and I am backing it so that it has a teeny tiny royal blue border along it, because I am trying to conserve this amazing paper, but also because it really adds a pop of color, just having that little tiny bit of royal blue. And so those are both papers from the collection, and I have cut them on the diagonal so they are not exactly even. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab some strips of this yellow polka dot paper that's from the same collection and just create an interesting border across the top and across the bottom. And that's where my tags are going to kind of fall in between. So this is a similar layout to one that you've seen me use with some oversized tags before, and I really like how it makes everything stand out. So for this layout, I've chosen 3 photos that I printed out at 2x2 from a year ago, spring break. We went to stay at Aulani on Oahu in Hawaii. And so these are just some random pictures of my kids. My mom went with us. So some beach type pictures that worked really well with these colors. And I am taking the 6x6 paper pad that came with that collection, and I'm using it to back each of those 2x2 photos with just a tiny border of pattern paper. The reason I'm doing this is just to make it stand out a little bit more. So when you see the close-ups, you'll see it really does make a difference. And so now I'm flipping through all of the goodies that came in this collection from Elle Studios, and I'm trying to decide how I want to embellish the rest of this layout. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with circles in those 3 spots at this point in the process, and that ends up not being the direction that this goes in. But I just flip through and I'm trying to find some little elements I can add. So I find that little royal blue heart and put that over by the picture of my son, and then I have the one in the middle that says favorite photos. And then I'm going to find a tag that I can use, like a little banner tag that's going to go underneath the photo on the far right. And so you'll see that one here in a second. But right now I'm just pulling out all these different elements that I have. And I think this was a combination of both Sunny Days and the June kit. So I have quite a few different pieces of ephemera to play with. So I'm just going through trying to decide what I want it to look like. And I'm also going to pull out those Elle Studios puffy stickers because they are amazing and they are so fun. And I wanted to include them on the layout as well. So overall, this is a pretty easy look to create, and this was a perfect use for those little cut files that you guys are getting this month for free. So I'm really, really hoping that you like them, you'll play with them, create something amazing. Both of my process videos today are showing you some of the cut files, but used in 2 totally different ways. And I know that some of the other girls in the blog hop today also have used the cut files, so make sure you check those out too. Since we are giving them to you, definitely take advantage and use them, and I would love to see what you create. Alright, so back to the layout. You see I've gone with a couple of tags up there at the top, and I'm going to fuss around with that yellow tag here for a minute because I want it to hang off the end of the word sunshine. And I've purposely put the sunshine down towards the bottom of the label because I want to go back with a black pen and add the word Hawaiian at the top. And there you'll see on the top I've decided to go with those puffy stickers in the different sizes rather than the circle, and I really like how that looks and how it kind of draws everything together. And then I'm just trimming off the edges of those tags. So I have one little embellishment area down in the bottom middle, and then I have that one on the top left, and then my little hearts on the top right. And that is just the right amount of detail up there to bring the whole layout together, but to not draw your eye too far away from the tags and the photos in the middle. And the shaker pockets where they're located also kind of draw you back to the middle, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So now as a final detail, what I'm doing is I pulled out all of my little sticker word sediment strips and little words that I have from different collections. And I'm going to end up using that turquoise one from Authentique. And I'm just going to put two little phrases by each one of those cut file windows. So it adds just a little more detail to it, and I really like the look of that. So it doesn't look like the shaker pockets are kind of out there in space all by themselves. So on the pail, it's going to say play outside. And on the sun, it says adventure and sunshine. And then on the seahorse, it says explore together. And that is pretty well going to do it for this layout. I really hope you liked this one. Make sure you check out the video for the second layout that I also created with this same cut file series. And do make sure to go on to the next person in the hop and to download those cut files. Have a good one. Bye.